Hi, I'm back. We're on chapter 9, the big premiere. This is a longer chapter, so I'm going to do it in two parts. But I'd like to start this off by showing you something. This is the photo that was taken at the premiere. And I sell these. I've actually sold quite a few. But before my father died, he signed a small stack of these, and these are available on my Etsy site, Jackie Naaman Jones. I'll be posting links to my store and all that. But there you go. There's my dad, the master, me, my mother who made the costumes, Diane Marie, who played my mother in the film, and three of the wives in the front row. This handsome guy is Diane's brother. And right behind, those are her parents, Diane Marie's parents. So my dad signed that, and I signed them, and I personalize them too if you'd like, because the master approves. So let's get started. Chapter 8, the big premiere, part 1. Manos was filmed, dubbed, edited, and otherwise in the can. Everyone but Hal Warren was done with it until the premiere. Most tasks had been completed after the long drive to Dallas for the voice dubbing in June, and others were done after the last scene was filmed several weeks later, or earlier. Hal continued to seek funding after the film was completed as a possible way to get on top of all he had promised to so many. Bob Guidry's wife, Pat, recalled one such fundraising party she attended in a well-appointed home with huge windows. Canopies were served and the wine was flowing. Hal, the confident, smiling filmmaker, made his way around the room, shaking hands and seeking out benefactors to sign up for shares of his movie. Hal loved the spotlight and was known as a bit of a comedian among his peers. Pat remembers Hal making a show of giving a coin to a rabbi to pray that his newborn son Joe would not go into the priesthood. Hal hosted other fundraisers, including a lavish catered buffet at his insurance office, where food and drink flowed freely in hopes of loosening a few purse strings. On that occasion, as he went through the buffet line, Hal stopped at a large ham and began cutting slices and loading them on his plate, proclaiming loudly and repeatedly how wonderful the beef was. Young Benton Jennings, son of the Manos sheriff, was standing nearby. Knowing Hal to be Jewish, he started to say something about the beef actually being ham, but before he could open his mouth to speak, his mom caught his eye and shushed him just in case Hal actually thought it was beef, or was just pretending to think it was to justify having some. At the end of the day, all of Hal's pavement pounding and glad handling had netted him around $19,000 for his project. $144,000 in 2015 dollars. It was an impressive amount for a first-time independent filmmaker, especially since so many assets of time, talent, and tangible goods was given freely. The premiere was tentatively scheduled for months later in November, advertised as a charitable benefit in which a portion of the takings would be donated to the Cerebral Palsy Fund. The idea was, of course, that partnering with a well-recognized charitable organization would attract a wider audience to the event and garner more support going forward. Hal had done his work to prepare for this special evening, from the media to the autograph hounds. He had studied how it was done in Hollywood and New York and knew that reaping recognition and press with a little name dropping and a little charitable giving would help him achieve his end goal. It's too bad Diane hadn't been crowned Miss El Paso, but at least John Reynolds' death had managed to stay off the public radar. In the weeks before the big night, Hal promoted the film any way he could around town. For Halloween week, he put the costumes and props on display at Luby's Cafe on Mesa Street, a popular El Paso restaurant. On October 31st, the El Paso Herald-Post observed that producers have hinted that some Hollywood stars and executives are expected to attend the premiere. The same article promised that Capitol Records was set to record Forgetting You as soon as the right singer could be found. Joe Emerson, owner of Emerson Film Enterprises, flew out to El Paso from California to sign Hal's project with his company for theatrical distribution, and there was press about that too. Emerson was known for distributing exploitation and offbeat films such as The Atomic Brain, 1963, and a German version of Hamlet dubbed in English, 1960, both of which got the MST3K treatment years later. Joe Emerson apparently saw Manos as a natural addition to his company roster. Hal had invited everyone who was anyone to the premiere. He sent tickets to Mike Sullivan, El Paso's real sheriff, and Mayor Judson F. Williams, who both attended. Hal sent tickets to all the aldermen, state legislators, and congressmen who graciously declined with best wishes and congratulations for bringing the film industry to the El Paso area. The press got tickets too. I have many memories of that day and evening, as the preparation and celebration was one of the most significant events in my young life to date. Although we were not wealthy people, by most American standards, my mother knew how to make us shine. And as a properly raised Texas lady, she made sure we did. Mom, as instructed by her practical and creative soul, made our dresses. Hers was a beautiful custom-fitted sapphire blue satin floor-length evening gown. Knowing Mom, she'd either found the fabric at deep discount or took another dress she found at a thrift shop and refashioned it to her specifications. She finished it off with black, sorry. It's a good memory. She finished it off with black elbow-length opera gloves, high heels, and clip-on earrings. My dress was a white, ethereal creation embellished with lace all down the front and embroidered in scalloped collar, a pink satin bow, and lots of tulle petticoats to make the skirt billow out. Mom had made my dress from one of her own that she had saved from a special high school dance. There goes my phone. I'm not getting it. I forgot to shut it off. This is still a learning curve. Thank you for sticking with me. I think I need to just wait. Hopefully they won't try to call right back. Are we done? Mom had made my dress from one of her own that she had saved from a special high school dance. She told me about it as her eyes sparkled with nostalgia and her fingers flew over the fabric, transforming it into a gown fit for a fairy princess. I believed in magic and began to feel the part. The day of the premiere, Mom took me for the first and last time to a beauty parlor. The frugal woman that she was dictated that my hair would only be cut at home by her, no matter how unqualified the barber. As capable as she was in many respects, no one can do everything well, and hair cutting did not fall within her success range. Mom believed she could do just about anything she set her mind to, and she was mostly right, a characteristic I've inherited, for better or worse. On this most auspicious occasion, however, she chose to go with the beauty parlor. In my young mind, it seemed we were there all day, although in reality, I'm sure it was only a couple of hours. We were washed, cut, and styled. I needed several phone books under my bottom for my head to reach the giant hair drying machine. And I recall the big plastic rollers painfully pulling my scalp while the dryer burned my ears. As challenging an ordeal that experience was for a fidgety child, once done, I was more than ready for the main event. I'm going to stop right there because the rest is about the actual event. I will finish this hopefully by tomorrow. I'm really trying, folks. This is a challenge, but I feel like I'm finally getting over the hump and learning some things. So thank you so much for sticking with me, and we'll finish the premiere tomorrow.